everyone. I'm Dr. Nisha from Career Guidance and Adolescent Counseling Cell, Alapura. Look around us. Don't you feel that nature seems so permanent? But what if you feel when I tell you that the lungs and shields of a country are being dismantled piece by piece? Today, we are diving into an article written by Srimati Sonia Gandhi regarding the dismal state of India's environment. We are not just talking about trees. We are talking about our health, our lives, and our future. Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the Aravallis. This mountain range is India's natural barrier against the Thar Desert. It protects the Gangetic Plains and prevents the desert from moving into Delhi and Haryana. But the tragedy is that the government recently signed a death warrant for the Aravalli Hills. Government allowed mining in hills below 100 meters. This decision of the government invited the mining mafia to level the Aravalli mountains. What will be the result? A toxic haze of dust and smoke which kills thousands every year. We are literally breathing in the destruction of our own geography. It's not just the air, it's the water. A recent report by the Central Groundwater Board found that 13 to 15% of tested groundwater in Delhi contains uranium levels far beyond safe limits. Similar stories are coming out of Punjab and Haryana. Why is this happening? It's a systemic disregard for environmental safety in policy making. When we ignore the soil and the water, the poison eventually finds its way into our dinner tables. Now, let's get technical, but keep it simple. Over the last decade, we have seen a pattern of weakening of environmental armor of India. Let's check three major changes or things. First one is the Forest Conservation Amendment Act of 2023, which exempted huge categories of land from protection. Second is EIA 2020 and Coastal Regulation Zone 2018, which diluted public hearings and opened up sensitive coastal lines to commercial real estate. Lastly, the electoral bonds connection. The article points out a shocking connection or link. The policy shifts and environmental clearances often mirrored donations made by large corporate groups to the ruling party. So we have to check, is our planet being sold for profit? One of the most recent hurting trend is that the pitting or making the local communities in conflict with the environment. The government often blames forest laws as on the Forest Rights Act of 2006, which empowers local tribes. In June 2024, the WOSHE called to evict almost 65,000 families from tiger reserves. This is not just a breach of the Wildlife Protection Act, it's an attack on the very people who have protected these forests for centuries. Conservation should be voluntary and inclusive, and it's not a tool for displacement. So what's the solution? The article calls for a new deal for the environment. We must stop large-scale deforestation in places like Great Nicobar, Hasdeo, Harania, and the Himalayas. At the same time, we need to restore the independence of National Green Tribunal and stop the practice of post facto clearances, which is basically saying destroy first and ask for permission later. We need cooperative federalism. where the center and state governments work together on airsheds and water basins rather than playing politics. We must bear in mind that environmental health and human development are two sides of the same coin. We cannot have the one without the other. Let's demand a safer, healthier, and more resilient India. This is Dr. Nisha and Jacob from Career Guidance and Adolescent Counseling Cell, Alapura. Let's keep the conversation going.